Okay, let's talk about something wild. What if we just blew up the moon? Poof, gone. I know, it sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi blockbuster, right? But let's really dig into it.
I mean, can you even imagine it? A world with no moon? It's the ultimate disaster movie plot.
And, there's a good reason for that. In movies like Oblivion, that's exactly what happens. They destroy the moon, and it's basically game over for humanity. But here's the crazy part. This whole idea, it wasn't just cooked up in a Hollywood writer's room.
Nope. This idea has a very real and pretty chilling secret history.
Think about it. We're talking about the height of the Cold War. Suspicion everywhere, this insane arms race going on, and both the US and the Soviet Union were desperate for a way to show the other who was boss. And where did they both look? Yep, straight up at the sky.
And this is just how close it got. Seriously, look at this. In 1958, the US Air Force was literally running studies on detonating a nuclear bomb on the moon. They said it was for science, but come on, it was really about flexing on the world. And guess what? The Soviets had their own top secret plan, something called the E Project. It's pretty wild. Thankfully, cooler heads prevailed, and they decided that, actually landing a man on the moon was a slightly better PR move than blowing it up.
And honestly, we might never have even known any of this happened if it wasn't for one guy, the one and only Carl Sagan. It turns out early in his career, he actually worked on one of these classified projects. It's because he later talked about it that this whole secret history ever saw the light of day. Just incredible.
Okay, so the Cold War plans thankfully went nowhere. But that still leaves us with that huge nagging question. Let's just forget about why anyone would do this and focus on the what if. What would really happen if we could just vaporize the moon?
All right, first things first. You have to wrap your head around the sheer amount of stuff we're talking about. We're talking about 70 sextillion kilograms of rock. That's a number so big it almost doesn't mean anything. It's just this unbelievable cloud of moon dust and giant chunks of rock, all of it suddenly orbiting Earth. And here's the kicker. The big boom itself, that's not the real problem. The thing that would really, truly end us is what comes after. A constant, never-ending rain of rocks falling on Earth. A meteor shower made out of our own moon that could last for centuries.
Need some perspective? Think back to that Chelyabinsk meteor back in 2013. That thing was only, 20 meters across? And its shockwaves still injured over 1,500 people. That was a scary day for sure. But in the grand scheme of things, a pretty small rock.
Okay, now imagine that, but thousands of times over. And some of these rocks would be way, way bigger. The entire surface of the Earth would basically become a death trap. I mean, our only chance would be to go underground, right? To become mole people. And believe it or not, getting pelted with moon rocks, that's just the start of our problem.
Because blowing up the moon doesn't just mess up the surface. It fundamentally breaks the very physics that keep our planet stable and, a lot.
Just look at this comparison. It says it all. With the moon, we have stability. Without it, pure chaos. See, the moon's gravity is like a brake on Earth's spin. Take that away, and our day suddenly shrinks to a dizzying 6 to 8 hours long. The moon also keeps our planet from wobbling all over the place. Without it, Earth would start to wobble like a dying top, which would make our seasons completely insane and unpredictable. Oh, and the tides? Yeah, pretty much gone.
Yeah, let that sink in for a second. With the planet spinning that fast, we would get more than 1,000 days in a single year. The entire rhythm of life as we know it would just break.
And what about those tides disappearing? It sounds minor, but it would be an absolute catastrophe for our oceans. That constant push and pull of the water is what stirs up all the nutrients. It's the lifeblood for so many coastal ecosystems. Without it, they would just collapse.
So let's fast forward. After all the fire from the sky, after the planet starts wobbling, after all that chaos, what's left? What does this new Earth even look like?
Well, it would be strangely beautiful and absolutely terrifying. On the one hand, our nights would be pitch black, so dark that the Milky Way would just explode across the sky in more detail than we could ever imagine. We might even get these beautiful temporary rings around the Earth, like Saturn, made from all the moon debris. But that beauty would have a dark side. No more eclipses, ever. And those stunningly dark skies, they'd be constantly lit up by the streaks of falling moon rocks, a permanent fiery reminder of the world we destroyed.
Okay. After all that doom and gloom, let's all take a deep breath, because here's the good news. This is all just a wild what if. The reality is, we simply can't do it. Even if we took every single nuclear weapon on the planet and shot them at the moon, it wouldn't be enough. The moon's just too big, too massive. We just don't have that kind of destructive power, and honestly, probably never will.
So maybe the next time you're outside on a clear night and you look up, you'll see it a little differently. That big, glowing rock up there isn't just a pretty light in the sky. It's our planet's anchor. It's our stabilizer. It's the silent partner that has made all of this, all of life on Earth, possible. And man, that's something worth appreciating.